Hi everyone, welcome back. And today we're going to be working on a short balance flow. So we'll start laying down on our backs, completely grounded, and begin to build our way up to some single leg balance poses. And let's go ahead and begin. So let's start on our backs. As always, find a comfortable place for you. I will recommend for this one that we start with our feet on the floor and our knees knocking in this constructed rest pose, and then just allowing the arms to rest wherever you'd like. So maybe alongside you, palms facing up, maybe on the belly, maybe one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. So just choosing whatever feels the most comfortable and begin to settle in. And softening the eyes, relaxing the jaw. Relaxing the shoulders and the upper back. Relaxing down through the spine and into the hips. And relaxing the arms and the hands. And starting to notice maybe any sounds that you might be hearing. Noticing the sensation of light filtering through the eyelids. Notice what it feels like to breathe in the body. Observing the temperature of the skin. Temperature of the air on the skin. Noticing any thoughts as they arise. Possibly even detecting the beating of the heart. Taking everything in and noticing the sense of grounding. A sense of calm and relaxation. And beginning to sense the body breathing again. And just noticing that feeling of body filling with air from bottom to top. And releasing from top to bottom. And now slowly, if you have the feet on the floor, knees knocked in, walk the feet in a little bit closer and separate the knees about hips width distance apart. Gently draw the right knee in towards the chest and give it a light squeeze. So maybe even keeping the eyes closed here, trying to keep the low back and the sacrum down on the floor, gently pulling that right knee in ever so slowly. And point and flex the right foot. Just some gentle movement right away. Roll the right ankle in little circles. And then cross the right knee over the left knee. And now bring those arms out into a goalpost shape. Take a nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, bring forearm to forearm over the chest and just notice areas of tension. Inhale to open the arms back up. Exhale, gently bring forearm to tap the forearm, maybe palm to palm. Inhale, open back up. And this time as you exhale, wrap your right elbow underneath your left for eagle arms, wrapping the arms around each other. And just do the best that you can here. Notice areas of tightness, of tension. And then softly draw the elbows down towards the hips and breathe, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Just a few breaths here, feeling into the body, noticing the muscles. Seeing if we can relax into this one just a little bit more. Now picking up the left foot, drawing the knees in towards you. And now for this one, if you like, you can keep the right knee crossed over the left knee and that's it. Or if you have the space, cross your right foot behind your left calf. As we inhale, softly stretch the body, elbows move away from the knees, keep the back on the floor. As you exhale, crunch up and in, drawing the forehead towards the knees. Inhale, stretch the elbows away from the knees. Exhale, squeeze it up and in. Inhale, stretch. Last time, exhale, crunch it up and in. Good. And then release the feet down, open the arms, uncross the legs. And now hug the left knee in towards the chest. And again, just really gently, really slowly pull the knee in the direction of the left shoulder. Try to keep the sacrum down on the floor. And then point and flex the foot, finding a little movement in the ankle, getting some blood flow going. And rolling the foot in little circles. And now crossing left knee over right knee. Bring the arms back out to that goalpost shape. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, forearm to forearm. Inhale to open. Exhale, draw the arms together. Inhale, open one last time. Exhale, draw the left elbow under the right, wrap the arms around each other for eagle arms, and gently draw the elbows towards the hips. And feeling that nice stretch in the traps, maybe getting into the levator a little bit. And just noticing where you're feeling this. Now picking the right foot up, drawing the knees in towards you. And again, you can just keep the legs as they are, or if you have the space, wrapping now that left foot behind the right calf. Inhale, stretch the elbows away from the knees. Exhale, crunch up and in. Inhale to stretch. Exhale, crunch. One more time. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, crunch. Release the upper body, open the arms, release the feet, uncross the legs. Let's just take a moment here to observe. Notice the breath. Now wrapping the arms around the knees, gently rocking your way all the way up to seated and all the way over to a table pose. So we'll start with creases of the wrists under the shoulders here, knees underneath the hips. And let's take the right leg back behind us, toes resting down on the floor. And press down a little bit more through the innermost part of the hand, so the base of the pointer finger knuckle, thumb knuckle pressing down. Push down and back through the heel, stretching out the calf muscle just a little bit there. And now press down and forward with the hands. Squeeze the belly in. Hover that left knee up off the floor. Maybe just an inch or so, a couple breaths here, really starting to fire up the core. Take an inhale. Good, and then exhale, drop the left knee down. Inhale, raise the left arm, right leg up. Exhale, drop the right toes, left hand. Inhale, hover the left knee, maybe bring it up a little bit closer in this time. Good, exhale, drop the left knee, lift the left arm, right leg. Exhale, drop the right toes, left hand. Inhale, draw that left knee as close in towards you as you can. Now press the floor away from you, maybe even feeling a little space between the shoulder blades. Good. Last time, softly drop the left knee down, lift the right leg, left arm. Exhale, crunch elbow to knee, squeeze it in, round the spine like cat pose. Inhale to extend. Exhale, crunch. One more, inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch it in. Good, set the right knee, left hand down. Let's bring the big toes to touch. Knees separated, sink back into child's pose, stretching those arms out in front of you, and just resting the forehead down on the mat. Reconnecting with the breath here, take a few rounds of breath. Inhale, rise back to table pose. So again, creases of the wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Slide the left leg back and tap those left toes down to the mat. Press down through the innermost part of the hands, maybe hug the upper arm bones in towards each other. Feel this nice sense of stability here. And then push down and back with that left heel, pressing into the toes a little bit and feeling that nice calf stretch. Push down and forward with the hands as we begin to hover that right knee, maybe just an inch off the floor. And breathe. Good. As you inhale, softly set the right knee down, lift the left leg, right arm. Inhale. Exhale, drop the left toes, right hand. Lift the right knee, maybe a little bit higher this time. Take a breath or two. Softly drop the right knee, lift the left leg, right arm. Exhale, drop the left toes, right hand, hug that right knee up as close as you can. Now breathe. Softly set the right knee down, extend right arm, left leg. Inhale, and exhale, elbow to knee, crunch it in. Inhale to extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. One more time, exhale, crunch. And set the right hand, left knee down on the mat. Tuck the toes and let's find our first downward facing dog, lifting those hips up and back. And just taking a moment to adjust the feet, maybe a little bit wider than the hips, softening into the knees. Fingers are still spread wide, pressing down through the pointer finger and the thumb, the base of the thumb. Hug those upper arm bones in, and maybe even just turn the head side to side, really releasing any tension, any stress in the back of the neck. And push the floor away from you with the hands, stretch the heels towards the floor, and breathe. Few more breaths here. Good. As you inhale, rise up to the tippy toes. Exhale, step the feet forward between the hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. Try to create that extension from tailbone up through the crown of the head. And then exhale, fold, relax into this forward fold. Keep a softness in your knees. Maybe tuck your chin slightly, stretching the back of the neck. press into the feet. As you inhale, swim the arms all the way up and overhead. Gaze towards the thumbs. Exhale, hand to heart. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, softly folding forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen, extend the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step your left leg to the back of the mat, drop that left knee down. Untuck the toes. Inhale, arms rise, low lunge, pushing forward into the hips. And now bring the arms out to that goalpost shape. Good, as we exhale, shift the hips back, stretch the right leg, bring the forearms to tap. Good, exhale, bend into that right knee, open the arms, maybe squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good, slide the hips back, bring the forearms together. Inhale, come forward, open the arms, open the chest. Good, last time, bring the forearms together. And now really bending into that right knee, hug the low belly in, press the tailbone down. And now let's bring the left elbow on top of the right, wrapping the arms around each other. Good, nice breath here. Push the forearms away from you and maybe even down just a little bit for a nice stretch in the upper back and shoulders. Good, now lean forward, tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, breathe. Nice and strong here, push into that right foot, hug the outer right hip in, squeeze the belly in. Couple more breaths. Push down into the right foot, see if you can hop that left leg up in the air for a bound, half eagle, half warrior three pose. Keep breathing. And now soften into that right knee, release the arms, bring the left knee up with you, breathe. And bring the arms out to that goalpost shape again. Good. Now bend into the right knee, see if you can cross left knee over right knee, maybe tap the toes to the floor. If possible, wrap those left toes behind the right calf. Couple more breaths. See if you can sit down just a little bit more. Good, and now wrap the left elbow on top of the right. Breathe. Push the forearms into each other. Sit down maybe a little bit deeper. Keep the bind in the arms. Inhale, unwind the legs. Bring that left knee up with you. And as you exhale, slide the left leg back for our bound Vinyasana or half eagle pose, half warrior three. Good. And now bend into your right knee. Softly step your left toes to the back of the mat. Inhale, open up towards a warrior two pose, keeping that bind in the arms, and lean back. Good, release the arms, reverse warrior. Good, and warrior two. Good, maybe just checking in with the feet, making sure right heel, left arch are approximately aligned. Stretch the arms, squeeze the belly in, gazing in the direction of the front hand. A few more breaths here, hug the inner thighs in. Good, inhale, stretch that right leg straight, bring the arms up, turn the right toes to face the long edge of the mat. And then as you exhale, warrior two towards the back of your mat. Breathe. Stretch the arms. Good, from here we're going to move to crescent warrior. So pivot onto the ball of your right foot, bring the arms up and overhead. Really sinking into this, push back into the heel, hug the inner thighs in, breathe. Now, press down into your left foot, really connect to the feeling of the left foot on the mat. As we inhale, bring the right knee up, grab hold of the outer right knee with the left hand and slide that right arm back in space. If you can, you're gazing in the direction of that right hand. Good, one more breath. Inhale, bring the arms forward. Keep that right knee up. Really flex into that right foot. Good. Bring the arms out to that goalpost shape. Wrap the left elbow on top of the right. Wrap the arms around each other. And now we're going to take eagle legs as well, wrapping the right leg around the left. Sit down and back, breathe. Remember, you can have your right toes on the floor outside of that left foot right now, potentially on a block. See if you can maybe even sit down just a little bit further. Keep the bind in the arms. Inhale, bring that right knee back up with you. Exhale, slide that right leg back, hinge forward. Breathe, keep the bind in the arms. Soften into that left knee, step softly back with the right toes. Warrior two, keeping that bind. Lean back. Release the right arm, left arm for reverse warrior. Good, and now warrior two. Inhale, stretch the arms up, turn the left toes to face the long edge of the mat. Exhale, right toes to the front of the mat, warrior two. Stretch the arms, inhale. Exhale, swim the hands down to the floor, slide your right leg back, top of a push-up. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale through to upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop the knees to the floor, sink the hips back towards the heels. Child's pose for about 5 breaths. See if you can even out the breath here, slow down the pace. Inhale, when you're ready, rising back up to hands and knees, and right back to downward facing dog. A few breaths here, see if you can stretch those heels down towards the floor, push the floor away from you with the hands, hug the upper arm bones in, release any tension in the neck. Inhale, rise to the tippy toes. Exhale, step, jump, maybe float to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, soften the knees. Inhale, stretch those arms all the way up and overhead. And as you exhale, draw the hands to the heart. Inhale, take the arms up, maybe gaze towards the thumbs. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step your right leg to the back of the mat, drop that right knee down. Inhale, arms rise to low lunge. And now bring the arms out to that goalpost shape. Take an inhale. Exhale, shift the hips back as you bring the forearms together in front of the chest. Maybe lift the toes, maybe keep them down with the left foot. Inhale, come forward, shift forward into the hips. Exhale, shift back, bring the forearms potentially to touch. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, last time, shift back. Feel all those stabilizing muscles, even in this kneeling pose, keeping you from falling over. Come forward, open the arms, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And now let's wrap your right elbow on top of left, wrap the arms around each other. Press the forearms gently forward, maybe down just a little bit. Good, and now lean forward, tuck the right toes, lift that right knee up off the floor, and breathe. Good, really pushing down into that left foot. See if we can launch off the right foot, lift those right toes up for this bound warrior three. Keep breathing. Push into the left foot, bring that right knee up, release the arms back to that goalpost shape. Good, so focusing again just on the lower half of the body for this one. See if you can cross your right knee over your left knee and sit down, maybe even wrapping the right toes behind the left. Keep breathing. Wrapping the left elbow on top of the right, wrap the arms around each other. Eagle pose, inhale. Good, unwind the leg, shoot the right leg back in space. Warrior three. And now soften into the left knee, tap those right toes to the back of the mat, and pivot the feet to that warrior two position, lean back. Release the bind, reverse warrior. Good, and then warrior two, stretch those arms. Breathe, engage the muscles of the arms, engage the inner thigh muscles. Good. Inhale, stretch the left leg straight, turn the toes to face the long edge of the mat, arms rise. Exhale, warrior two towards the back edge of your mat. Good, breathe, gazing in the direction of the right hand. Crescent warrior, pivot onto the ball of that left foot, arms come up and overhead. Good. Now, push down into that right foot. We're going to do a little bit more balance here. Pushing down into that right foot. Slide the left knee up, catch hold of the outer edge of that left knee with the right hand, and left arm comes back in space towards the front of your mat. Keep breathing. One more breath. Inhale, bring the arms forward, lift them up. Exhale, eagle pose. Wrap the legs around each other, wrap the right elbow on top of the left, and sit down and back. Good, sit down and back as far as you can here, breathe. Hug the belly in. Good, see if you can hug that outer right hip in for just a little bit more balance. Push down into the right foot, keep the bind in the arms, unwind the legs, shoot that left leg back. Soften into the right knee, step the left toes back. Warrior two, feet, lean back with that bind in the arms. Reverse warrior, release that bind. Good, warrior two, arms come to a T. Couple breaths here, hug the inner thighs in again. Good, stretch the right leg straight, turn the toes towards the long edge of the mat, arms rise. Warrior two, back towards the front of your mat. And now swim the hands down to the floor, pivot onto the ball of the right foot, slide the left leg back, top of a push-up. Take a breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop the knees to the floor, sink the hips back towards the heels. Take just a breath or two here. Good. Inhale, come back to hands and knees, and let's come to a seated position. So just find a comfortable seat here, crossing maybe one leg in front of the other, it doesn't matter which one. Close the eyes. See if you can lengthen up through the spine, relax down through the shoulders. I'm just feeling this sense of grounding now. Relaxing the muscles of the eyes, slowing down the pace of the breath. As you inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. As you exhale, hands to the heart and fold forward. Inhale, rise back up, extend the arms. This time extend the legs. Exhale, fold forward, maybe tapping the toes, dropping the head, and just settling in here. If you're really tight in the back of the body, it might feel nice to place the hands underneath the calf muscles, even underneath the knees if you're really rounding in the upper back. Just do the best that you can. One more breath. And then slowly walk your way back up. We're going to lie down onto our backs with a bend in the knees. Walk the feet out as wide as the mat so that the outer edges of your feet are about in line with the outer edges of your mat. And let's take now both knees to the right. So we're not going to pick up the feet or move them from their position. They're going to stay right there. Bring the arms out to a goalpost shape. Inhale, bring the knees back up. Exhale, drop the knees to the left. Inhale, bring the knees back up through center. Exhale, drop the knees to the right, and you can keep them right there if you'd like to. If you want a little bit more stretch for that outer hip, go ahead and pick up your right foot and rest it someplace along your thigh. And gaze can be wherever is comfortable for you, so maybe your gaze stays up towards the ceiling, maybe you turn it left or right. Just a few more breaths here. Inhale, come back up, set the right foot back down at the outer edge of the mat, drop both knees to the left. And again, feel free to stay right where you're at if you're feeling enough there, or place the outer left foot on the outer right leg and relax into this one just a little bit deeper. Good. Inhale, bring the knees back up, set the foot down, heel toe the feet together, and softly bring the knees in towards the chest, round in, forehead towards the knees. And then release the left leg and then the right all the way down. We'll take a brief Shavasana here. Relax the shoulders, close the eyes. Take a huge breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it all go. Enjoy these final moments here, resting comfortably in Shavasana. Begin to softly deepen the breath. Begin to trace the thumb over each finger. And wiggle the toes. And roll the wrists and the ankles. And gently rocking the head from side to side. Sliding the legs together, stretching the arms back behind you. Give yourself a nice deep stretch. And as you exhale, draw the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself one last little hug. And then either rock onto your side, roll up to seated. Find your way again to a comfortable seat. Drawing the hands together at the heart. Thank you so much for watching and participating. Namaste.